Hi guys, in this lesson we are going to talk about JSONs, which are a very practical solution used in many ways, mainly for creating configuration files, saving complex data structures, and sending and receiving messages on the internet. So let's get started. First of all, let's create a dictionary, user_1 equal, curly brackets, new line, quotation marks, ID, column, 1, comma, new line, quotation marks, name, column, quotation marks, red, comma, new line, quotation marks, is_student, column, true, comma, new line, quotation marks, courses, column, square brackets, quotation marks, Python, comma, quotation marks, science. And now let's create the function to write a JSON to a file so we can see how it is. With open parentheses, file name, comma, quotation marks, W, as file, column, new line, JSON dot dump, parentheses, data, comma, file, comma, indent equal 4. Then let's call this function write JSON file, parentheses, user_1, comma, quotation marks, user.json. And let's run this program. As you can see, here is the JSON, which is almost identical to a regular Python dictionary. And so that's how JSON are structured. But what if there is more than one dictionary? Let's do it. So let's copy this user and let's create another one. User2, ID 2, let's say Bob, let's say false, and let's change science into history. Now let's create a list of users equal, square brackets, user_1, comma, user_2, new line, write JSON to file, parentheses, users, comma, quotation marks, users, dot JSON. And let's run the file again. And as you can see, in this case, it's a big list of dictionary. So JSON are very versatile. So as I said, JSON are also used as config file. And as you can see in the Explorer, there is a config.json. So let's read it with open parentheses, file name, comma, quotation marks, R, as file, column, new line, data equal, JSON dot load, parentheses, file, new line, return data. Let's assign this function to a variable config equal read JSON from file, parentheses, quotation marks, config.json. New line, print, parentheses, type, parentheses, config, comma, config. And let's run it. And as you can see, in that.json there is only one dictionary with only one element, which is a URL, which allows us to test and practice working with fake online REST APIs using JSON data. And we are going to use the CRUD methods. CRUD is an acronym that stands for create, read, update, and delete, the fundamental actions used to manage a database. We'll perform these actions using the corresponding HTTP methods, which are post, get, put, and delete. So, print, parentheses, f-string, post, colon, curly brackets, create underscore article, parentheses, config, square brackets, quotation marks, URL, comma, quotation marks, news, quotation marks, comma, quotation marks, JSON. So we are going to create a record, then new line, print, parentheses, f-string, get, colon, curly brackets, read articles, parentheses, config, square brackets, quotation marks, URL. New line, print, parentheses, f-string, put, colon, curly brackets, update, article, parentheses, config, square brackets, quotation marks, URL, comma, 1, comma, quotation marks, new title, comma, quotation marks, new content. New line, print, parentheses, f-string, delete, quotation mark, colon, curly brackets, delete article, parentheses, config, square brackets, quotation marks, URL, comma, 1. And let's run it. So, using this method, as we did, is similar to changing data in a remote server's database, which is what happens indirectly almost every time we interact with a web page on the internet. So let's recap. Lesson 23-JSON. We learn how to use the JSON module. We learn how to use the CRUD methods. And we learn the use of the corresponding HTTP methods: post, get, put, and delete. For this lesson it's enough. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next lesson.